it's because there's a little bit of a delay.
Hey, and we're live. Hey, everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching the Sunday afternoon podcast. Now, we are here, and we have very, very limited hardware for looking at. So Chris and I can see us, and we can see none of you. But we can see when there is a comment. We just can't necessarily see that there is or what the comment is. But I'm very excited about today's podcast. Are you excited, Chris?
I am. And I'm the guy that messed it up because I forgot to bring my iPad.
That's okay. So,
I'm under a lot of stress this week.
Why?
Because my truck's broken.
Oh, yeah, the race truck.
The race truck. Yeah, the power
You're
wagon.
the Daddy Dave of Colorado. If Daddy Dave is out there and wants to race Chris, that'll be, what's the going price? 10 grand to race? Yeah.
Slips.
Yeah, slips.
Slips.
Racing for
pinks.
slips, Daddy Dave. Because you're the Mac Daddy, macaroni.
No. So anyway, I forgot it's all on me. You can blame me.
But Lance and Grace are here, and they are going to attempt to kind of follow along. If there's any really awesome comment, they're gonna see if they can get a word in. I talk a lot, and I talk really, really loud. So, yeah, it might be hard for them to go, hey, there's some guy has a question, or some lady, whatever. Mrs. Toast, I have no idea where she is. She's out with the ladies. I thought for sure she would be back by now. She is probably like working on a champagne hangover for tomorrow right now. I'd bet you. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. So sometimes Mrs. Toast likes to go out and have a party. So anyway, there's been so much cool stuff going on this week. What is your favorite thing that happened this week, Chris? You know, and I don't care if anyone's watching and goes, you don't get to the topic in 15 minutes. I don't care.
This is our time.
It's my show.
Yeah.
Right? It's the Matt show. It's the Matt and Chris show. If you don't like it, I know you guys are having a good time.
20 minutes singing happy birthday.
I'll do it.
Everybody's still saying hi.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. So, Chris, tell us about your favorite things that happened in the shop this week.
Well, remind me of some of the things that happened in the shop. One of the things that's happening here recently is we work so dang much.
Yeah. It all
blends together, and I can't remember week to week.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, well, we got that one guitar put together. No, that was last week.
We shipped out
four
or five
we did
guitars.
A ton of shipping.
Yeah.
We built a couple more guitars. We got a couple more finished and put together. That's always my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is getting stuff done. I think as much as we did a lot of stuff in the shop, my favorite thing that happened this week was that video, the Ryan video.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah. So just yesterday, Ryan Burke at 60 Cycle Hum dropped his video of us at the Summer NAMM show. And I thought maybe he didn't like us or like I offended him or something. I don't think I did anything, but I'm like, well, or maybe it was just like, nobody watches those videos anyway, so he's not going to do it. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Ryan posted a almost half-hour long video of him goofing around with us at the Summer NAMM show, which was months ago. How many months ago was it? 4 months ago?
It was July. It was mid-July, so...
July, August, September, so yeah, three months anyway.
Yeah, 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days.
90 days in the hole.
So, anyway, I was really happy to see that, and I had a lot of fun with Ryan, and yeah, so I know in one of these podcasts I said I don't think Ryan likes us. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm still right.
You can
I don't
still
know.
be
I
right.
could still be right.
Yeah,
he
just content.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, but the takeaway from this is, if you haven't seen it, go over to 60 Cycle Hum and check out the Texas Toast guitars. Ryan hangs out with the guys at Texas Toast. We smuggled in, I'm not going to say we drank more beer than anybody at the NAMM show, but we smuggled in more Coors beer to the NAMM show than anybody else.
We did,
I guarantee that.
We were eastbound and down.
We
the
did,
whole time.
yeah. We had totally had our smuggling into the show technique down. So that was awesome.
4 at a time, 6 at a time.
Yeah, because we were gonna pay $8 for a light beer or whatever they had.
Yeah, well, and you had to stand in line, and the guy looked
Yeah,
at you
fuck
funny.
a bunch of that. Yeah. The judging me.
Yeah, judging me.
8 o'clock in
beer.
the morning. Don't
You can only
judge
take
me.
2.
Yeah.
2 maximum.
So anyway, that was cool. And in the last less than 24 hours, I've gotten a number of people who have contacted me because of that video wanting toast rights. It's our version of the Mose right. And so that's a very cool thing. So we'll see if we can't make some of that happen. Because I'm not going to say we're silly with Mose rights right now, but we've still got 3 or 4 that are basically, one's ready to go.
Yeah.
And several are ready for paint.
Yeah.
So you get to pick the color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the video turned out really, really well, I think.
Yeah.
I liked watching it, and I was standing there the whole time you were shooting it, basically pushing people away, like, hey, there's filming going on here.
What was the best part about the video, though? Cutoff cam.
Yeah, the cutoff cam was hilarious. Yeah, and Ryan's weren't short enough.
Well, so what happened was, for those of you who have watched the video, cutoff cam started because Ryan showed up the day before he videoed that or filmed that, and he had cut off jeans.
Mm-hmm.
They were like cut off at the knee, like most shorts usually are these days. Most shorts are actually longs.
Jorts.
What?
Jorts.
Okay, Grace was not born in the 70s, so she doesn't know the difference between cutoffs and jorts. All of you watching who were born and grew up in the 70s, like I did, know the difference between jorts and cutoffs. Anyhow, so Ryan shows up with cutoff pants. They were gray jeans. And did I have my cutoffs on, or did I say, that if you come back tomorrow, I'll have the shortest shorty shorts here at the show?
Yeah,
And I'll be looking good.
yeah,
too.
that's yeah.
I'll have my
Short
butt
shorts
cheek hanging out on the back
Uh-huh.
and the pockets hanging out on the front.
Yeah. Ryan's got like the castaway length.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Which is cool. And he lives in San Diego, so
Yeah.
that's probably a thing.
But
there.
I was rocking Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
And so every so often during the video, it would have cut off cam,
Well,
and
he
he
had
would
2
go to-
cameras.
Yeah.
And he'd film. I think there's footage.
There's probably
of you and him waist down
probably
for 27
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Floating around somewhere.
Yeah.
Now I don't think there was anything going on that was worth.
No,
worth
yeah.
viewing,
Oh
but,
wow, look at these. Yeah,
yeah.
fat guy with short pants and a tall guy with short,
Yeah,
not so short.
Not as
pants.
short pants.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, and guys, if you don't know the difference between jorts and cutoffs, that's okay, but there is a difference. And I love all the like Eric Mangold's like, geez, those pants, those shorts, and yeah, everyone gives me grief about my cutoffs, but
yeah.
I want to be cool in the summer.
Well,
I don't want to wear long pants. I don't want to wear clam diggers in the summer. I want fucking shorts like the old school guys.
and people giving you a hard time about your shorts only
Come on.
fuels you
Oh,
more.
yeah, I'm like, I'll make 'em shorter
I'll make them
next
shorter.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll see next summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll just be a waistband and a pocket.
I'm not gonna say
I
that
don't know if there'd be
I'm
a zipper left.
anywhere near as cool as Lemmy Kilmister, because I'm not. But his cutoffs were way shorter than mine. His were almost a thong,
Yeah.
and he wore cowboy boots with them. But anyway, that's again, I'm not saying I'm as neat as Lemmy, because I'm not. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Carl Enstrom says Levi thong.
Levi thong. Who said that?
Carl Enstrom?
Carl Enstrom. How you doing, Carl? So anyway, there's been some other cool stuff that's gone on in the shop. One of them is I did a video about ghost inlays, ghost trapezoids, and this neck is for my friend Jim, who we're building an Explorer for. The headstock is actually a upside down headstock, and this one has our cool ghost trapezoid inlays, which are totally awesome. And this is this is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is like a fiddleback rosewood of some kind. It's kooky. I have no idea what it is. Dan at Guitar Wood Expert sent this to me, and it is super cool. So thank you to Dan for sending me that. Speaking of Dan, we got some awesome wood for you guys to use at the class coming up on November 11th, and we've got one more spot that is open for that. If you're thinking about joining us for the guitar class and you want to come out to Colorado, November 11th, and spend the week with us here in the shop. We've got one more spot left. So sign up now if you want to do that. If not, we'll do more later on. So anyway,
Yeah.
what else was
Any comments?
happening?
You should
So-
raise your hand.
Okay, so at the very, very beginning, Torrance Smith says, "Are you in a relationship with that other guy who is on the screen sometime? Come out of the closet."
Wow. You know, that reminds me, I haven't gotten any really super tacky, snarky comments on YouTube videos lately. That's probably one that's like someone's like, all I have to say to Torrance is, Neil A. was the first human on the moon. Now say his name backward. That just blew your mind, huh?
It kind of did.
Yeah. So anyway, is there anything else that's like
What?
of any substance?
There
That
was a comment about the Moserites, and we're scrolling past it, but basically the comment was Gibson sues on behalf of Mosrite.
Gibson
SS
sues on-
says Gibson to sue on behalf of Mosrite.
well, I would love to be sued by Gibson. Gosh, what other way to arrive than get sued by Gibson, or at least get
A letter?
a letter from Gibson. And like I've told you guys a couple times, the new CEO from Gibson walked right by our booth and didn't say a damn thing. He could not care less and is not going to care anymore about what Texas Toast is doing. So anyway, so let's are you ready to deep dive into we got one more?
Nope, carry on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and deep dive into the topic. How many minutes did that take for us to? 11 minutes. So for all those people who are too busy curing cancer to watch, that's not bad. 11 minutes is not bad. Are you
And
on
for
the
everybody
south
that thinks
side?
we're drunks, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
first beer of the day.
Yeah.
Carl Kraft says that
Carl Kraft?
the ghost neck is awesome.
The ghost neck is awesome. Thank you, Carl. We've got hand me that one, would you, Chris? And SS is gonna go, hand me that, Chris. So here's one on maple with red, which is kind of amusing. I've got some Rick James style guitar planned for this little red
And you
devil.
keep
right
telling
here.
me more and more about it, and the more you tell me about it, the more I hate it, which means it's going to be really good.
It's perfect in every way.
Yeah. So I'm like, who's going to want that?
Yep.
Everybody's going to want
Everybody's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
want it.
Rick James.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never do that.
So the topic for today, Chris,
Yes.
is Matt and Chris, or Chris and Matt, or whoever,
Matt and Chris.
review the Guitar Center Guitar-athon leaflet, flyer, mailer,
Catalog.
brochure. Yeah. So have you guys gotten this in the mail? Have you gotten this in the mail?
No.
So I got this. This came on whenever. I don't remember when it came. And I've always wanted to do a deep dive into the Guitar Center, like little mailer things that they get. And this is Guitar-athon because, Guitar Center has a thing that they do.
Because it's Guitar-athon.
So on the cover, this is so you haven't seen this. Now I have not spent a whole lot of time looking through this, but I did look at it at a red light in the car on the way over here today. And what the guy on the cover is Chris Stone, Kingfish Ingram. I have no idea who that is. In Chattanooga, Tennessee. Guitar is artist's own. Now, if you guys have this at home, you can look in here.
Read along.
Read along.
Read along with
but
Matt.
Look at that guitar, Chris, and tell me what you think. Because what I can tell you is that guitar that Christian Ingram has
Stone.
ain't in Guitar-athon. You can't get it at Guitar-athon.
Guitar is artist's own.
So it's a Telecaster style body,
Yeah.
but it looks like it has a Paul Reed Smith kind of violin carve.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it looks like it has a Gibson headstock neck on it.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like it's set up like a Les Paul because the toggle switch is up in the non-horn
Yeah,
end.
it looks like it's got 4 controls.
Yep, 2 humbuckers. Anyway, that guitar ain't in Guitar-athon. So
It doesn't look like it's got any face stops.
it's funny. Oh, that's right. No inlay. Oh, wow. I like this guy a lot
Guy's
now.
He's ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So if you got this from Guitar Center and you thought, oh wow, I want to get one of those blue carved top tellies with a Gibson neck, well, tough shit. because it's not. You can't buy it here, everybody. So anyway, so I don't know who Kristen Kingfish Ingram is, but he's probably an awesome guitar player. Yes, ma'am. Doc Stilton, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Chris Stone is a monster blues player.
How could he not be if he's on the cover of the
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, yeah.
So they send out a catalog with a picture of a guitar,
A guitar
that
you
buy.
can't buy.
Certainly not from them. Fender did that once. They had a catalog and it had all the famous people that have played.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, that's great, a catalog."
Shit you
with
can't buy.
Yeah, a bunch of guitars you can't buy.
All right, so let's look in here and see. Now here is Kingfish with an acoustic that you probably can get at Guitar Center. I don't know.
I bet
and I
that's
don't
the breed
care.
love that's on the back.
Maybe. It doesn't look like it, but all right. So it's the greatest guitar sale on earth. Only you can't get what's on the cover. So when you get to the meat and potatoes of the thing here, we've got the Gibson limited edition Les Paul Classic Satan. No, Les Paul Classic Satin. Sorry. And below that is the limited edition Les Paul Traditional Pro 3 Plus, whatever that is. And Epiphone limited edition ES335 Pro and Silverburst, which I fucking can't stand. So Chris, let's start with this page. What do you think of the Gibson and the Epiphone? I mean, it looks like a standard Les Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Athon part of this is. Oh, I guess it's money off. So yeah.
Yeah, it's $500 off. That's a big chunk. That's 25% off.
That's
the
a
cost of the
pretty good
guitar.
sized chunk. Yeah.
I'll bet those are leftovers.
I bet they are too.
From last year.
Yeah. Now, moving to the next page here, we have the Les Paul Traditional Pro V Flame Top. Now that's a pretty slick looking guitar. There, I mean, if you dig Les Pauls, that's a cool looking blue Les Paul, I guess. So, frankly, I don't consider blue to be a very good Les Paul or drug color. You know what I mean? It's sort of like. Did you see Quadrophenia?
I've seen.
So there was about these mods who were like these hippies in England, and they rode around on scooters all the time, and they were always taking these pills called blues. And I'm like, what are blues? Besides, a cool music that like apparently according to Doc, the guy on the cover with the guitar you can't get, plays.
It's
but I don't.
speed.
Speed? Okay.
It's speed,
Yeah, I don't
and
consider
that's why-
blue to be very good drug or Les Paul.
That's why in the song "My Generation" he stutters. 'Cause
Oh.
Apparently that's a side effect of taking too much speed.
Oh, okay. See, I'm such a square when it comes to
Me too.
any sort of drug use. I don't know.
If
anything
Mrs.
about.
Toast was here,
She could
She would
probably
fill us
tell
in
us
on all of
because
that,
of her
yeah.
medical background,
Uh-huh.
not because of any sort of anything. Okay, so
Yeah.
now what do you think of the Les Paul?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, well we have a
there's-
question. Yes.
Okay, so forgive me, Tony.
Tony
But
Iommi.
Tony drove those.
Let's just use first names. We could Tony.
Says blue pills equal speed,
Okay.
and the Dirty Knobs ask, "Are you guys going to have a booth at Winter Nam?"
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear Grace in the background or not because the microphone is facing us, but
let us know if you can.
let us
or
know if you
can't.
can or can't, or let Grace know.
Yeah,
So,
'cause we can't see
so Tony,
anything.
yeah, again, that makes perfect sense to me, but I don't know why. Who Doc wanted to know?
Are white crosses also speed? I think they are.
Yes.
That's trucker speed.
Trucker
right?
speed.
Yeah.
Will we have a booth at Winter Nam?
Blue pills.
No.
No.
No way in hell. Mostly because all of our discretionary income now goes into the new shop.
And it got absorbed this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was talk of going to Winter Nam.
There was talk of sharing a booth with Brian Nutter.
Yeah.
And we just don't have the resources right now,
It's just-
unless somebody buys a buttload of guitars.
It's a little too scary to
Yeah.
have to pay for real space.
And as a matter of fact,
and-
I don't even want to go to Winter Nam this year.
No. If we're not displaying, I don't want to go, and I don't really want to display, so I guess we're not going.
Yeah. All right, let's move.
All right.
Moving forward. Continue. Continue. D. Angelico, the Premier Series DC Boardwalk Hollow Body.
I'm surprised that's on page 3 or 4.
That's mildly amusing. You know what this reminds me of, though, you guys? So D'Angelico, they got some cool stuff, and if you guys like cool stuff, you should buy one. But what I want to talk about, what I think about when I look at this, is something that is very, very cool that's coming up on Friday, this Friday. And that is master painter Mike Learn is going to be here in the shop doing at least a couple of live shots and a full-length feature video painting the scrapwood guitar. Now, the reason that D'Angelico, how do you pronounce it, do you think?
I always say D'Angelico.
I like to say D'Angelico because I think it sounds cool, but it's probably wrong. You know, we met the young guy who's actually, his last name is D'Angelico. And I want to say he told us it was D'Angelico. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, back to the story that I was talking about. Mike paints a buttload of D'Angelico guitars for the Grateful Dead thing every year, and he I think there's like 15 or 16 guitars that get custom artwork by Mike Learn. And what I want you guys to know is that you don't know what you're about to see on Friday. You might shit your pants. It's gonna be so cool.
And unfortunately, Mike makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
That you go, oh well, yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. So while you're at your day job on Friday doing whatever it is you do, tune in and stick it to the man and watch Mike Learn paint the scrapwood guitar because it is gonna blow you away.
A time that's gonna happen?
We know Mike's coming on Friday.
Maybe we can kind of narrow it down a little bit.
We know. Well, you're not doing. You're gonna be at work, not wanting to be there. Just be ready. How about that?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
I mean, obviously, we can live stream it, but is
yeah.
there a possibility that we could delay that live stream for people who want to consume it on the website?
Well, it'll be
they can watch
it
later.
It'll
too,
be
just like
on
these.
YouTube. So
Anyway,
so if you can't watch it live, but if you want to watch, I don't know if we're gonna I don't know how we're gonna do it, because Mike could show up and just be like and to be done, and we're like, oh Jesus, and we might have to slow him down a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah.
In any case,
No blues for him.
Yeah. Mike is so good and so fast at what he does that anyway, you guys are going to be blown
It's gonna be
away
really
at how
cool.
neat
And
it is.
I'm going to get the airbrush bug again.
Cool.
It doesn't mean anything good's going to come of it, but yeah.
All right.
I'll get the bug.
So that's a thing to look forward to on Friday. All right, so continue. Gibson Custom 60s Les Paul figured top bottom. What is bottom?
I don't know. Let's read about it. Why is that guitar double the money of the ones on the previous page?
$5,699.
BOTB, Beauty of the Burst.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. Of course, the 60s Les Paul figured top BOTB. That's kind of a misnomer, isn't it? Because in the 60s, the Les Paul was actually what we now know as the SG.
Double cutaway.
Yeah. So, yes, ma'am.
SS asks, what happened with the airbrush bug?
I don't know. Yeah, what happened with the
I've had the airbrush bug before. I'm not very good at airbrushing.
Okay.
That's really what it is. Back then I didn't have the patience to do that, and I thought I'll just paint it in metallic solid color. That looks good to me.
Which is cool too.
Yeah. No, I kind of moved on and just stopped doing that much painting. So.
Well, airbrush painting. Now you still
even
do
for a
ton
while
of
there, because I was doing a lot of bicycles and custom bicycles and a lot of flames and stuff like that.
A lot of Evil Knievel.
Yeah, some Evil Knievel stuff, and then I just got too busy doing other things
to
do any of that stuff. So, and then the guitar thing, there's not that many people that want marginal airbrush work.
Yeah, if you want Lon Chaney painted on your guitar, Chris might not be the guy to go to right now.
No.
Yeah.
If you want moons and stars and planets and
yeah,
little bitty spaceman, maybe. But no, I am not an artist at all. I cannot visualize things and make them turn out onto a canvas or anything like that. I can sort of copy.
Maybe you'll get some tips
paint by numbers
when Mike does some stuff.
Yeah.
Airbrush by numbers?
Airbrush by
airbrush
numbers
by
with
numbers.
Mike Learn.
Gentlemen.
Weenie roller.
Weenie rolling. Yeah. We all need one. All right, so Les Paul Bottoms, $56.90. That's a lot of money for a Les Paul.
Over double what the great one that they were trying to sell me
on page
2 pages
1
ago was.
So the funny thing about this is the highest coveted and sought after Les Paul, of course, is the 57, 58, 59 Les Paul. They were the first and last years of humbucker, stop-tail tune-o-matic, and 59 had the nice wood. You guys know all that stuff. And hold on, don't jump ahead.
Oh, sorry.
But I don't know why they're calling this the 60s, because that's
Well,
erroneous.
didn't they? No, they're calling it the 6D.
Oh, the 6D.
And I think they made some in 60.
Maybe. I
Also,
don't
the
know.
production
I don't
run,
know the answer.
They
to that.
ran that production run in 59, and they didn't sell all of them in 59.
Okay.
And so those became the 60.
I see.
Sure.
Well, anyway, whatever. But that sure is a lot of money. What can you get for $55.99? The 57 Les Paul Standard VOS limited edition custom colors, just like they didn't have in 1957. Nitro. You know what bums me out, you guys?
Hand wired.
Aren't they all hand? No, they probably have
they're
like
not. They have
push-on
those,
things.
Those,
now.
yeah, those kind of circuit boardy looking things.
Guys, I want you to know something. If you want to sound cool to Chris and I, don't use the words nitro and poly. Use the terms lacquer and polyester. That's what you mean anyway.
Yes.
But don't say nitro and poly, because I think that anyway. So, all right, moving right along. Continue. All right, we're out of Gibson and we're into your wheelhouse, Fender.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a question.
So on the topic of price.
Yes.
And really what you're paying for there is a paint job.
A paint job.
Aside from the paint job, which Chris could do for I think about $60. What was the most expensive Texas Toast guitar ever sold?
$10,000.
That's fantastic.
Yep. That was a rush order to a brain surgeon in Little Rock, Arkansas.
And that was an actual
very.
question.
That was a question. Okay.
It was a question from online. I just didn't get the name of the.
SSS. That
And it was in nitro.
It actually was finished in nitrocellulose lacquer. It had acrylic lacquer too.
Keep it from checking, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, the top coat was
Top coat. Nitro.
Nitro.
You got nitro top coat?
nitro.
Nitro. Monday nitro. Okay. So here we are in the Fender. So it looks like we got Strats and Tellys and a limited edition Mustang bass. Here's the limited edition Squire. That seems like a funny thing. Select limited edition Bullet, Mustang, Humbucker, Telecaster, and Stratocaster guitars. All right, guys, I'm going to show you this. And they come in an array of bewildering pastel Easter colors, just in time for Easter. What do you think of, it's surprising how not sucky some Squires are, but it seems weird to jump from $6,000 Les Pauls to $129 Squires.
Yeah.
That's not, I'm not a marketing guy though, so what the fuck do I know? Hey, where'd my beer go?
He never got you one.
Another one?
I wanna look forward, but I don't wanna look forward.
All right, why don't we just move forward unless.
Okay.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
The question that I've always had about Squire was, by the early 1990s, Squire had enough experience building Fender guitars. They actually became quite good. It's just Fender chose to
Even in the 80s, dude, like, because the
right.
Squire that in the 80s was a Japanese-made guitar that would later become crafted in Japan guitar, right? I mean, isn't that how that works? Yeah.
Right, and that's what I was getting at, is that I believe to this day they're still crafted in Japan. Aren't
No,
they?
I think they're
they're
crafted in Indonesia.
Indonesian mostly. China for a long time, and they made some really good stuff in China. And then the tariff thing took over, and now they don't make any of them in China.
I like the Mexican stuff too.
Yeah, the Mexican stuff's good. And really, the best stuff from China was as good as the Mexican stuff.
Hey, and by the way, if you guys don't like Guitar Center, but you do like Fender, I want you to go check out our good friends at Flipside Music. Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
Buy one today.
Weenie roller. Hey, you have a Weenie Roller shirt on.
I do, yeah.
Local 69.
Yep. What do you think of the limited edition Player Stratocaster? It looks like a Strat with a maple veneer on it.
Hey,
Maybe it is. I don't know.
For that extra money, it's got one extra fret.
Oh, it's a 22 fret neck. Yeah, and it's not a whole lot. It's a 550. It's probably a pretty decent guitar.
It's got the 2-point trim.
It's a Mexican made.
Yeah.
Jabadoo. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, continue. Oh, we're bounced right forward to Music Man, the Ernie Ball Music Man. Ernie Ball makes cool guitars, and then they make these.
Yeah.
God, these are crap-tastic.
I kind of like them.
What is it about him that I don't? Okay,
It's kind of Art Deco.
my
It's
thing is
kinda-
I just don't like. I've not played one because I
Yeah.
just can't get past the way they look.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
So this is the Mariposa series, which I haven't seen.
What's the what?
This
But,
body shape reminds me of somebody else's.
oh my gosh, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah. But what? How is this different from the?
Oh, from the St. Vincent.
Yeah, that's
that
more
guitar is,
square, right?
Yeah, very dress-like
Okay.
in its profile at the end, like a long flowing skirt.
The headstock doesn't seem to match the body on this one.
Uh,
You guys see what I'm talking about there? Hold on, don't jump ahead to PRS. But you see, like the headstock is definitively Ernie Ball, but it
Yeah.
sure seems like it could be squared off a little bit too. But it's
Yeah.
not. It's the 4 and 2 and.
I think it's kind of a neat looking guitar. I dig it.
Well, I mean,
You know,
would you
I
pay
like this color.
Would you pay $3,000 for
Good
it?
Lord, no, I wouldn't pay that much. No.
Here's the thing: I would bet you that it's an awesome guitar because Ernie Ball makes good stuff. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, they look neat. I think it's a cool guitar.
I like the pickguard.
Bob Bitchin.
Bob Bitchin.
70s Japan style.
Yeah, it has a lot of that going on for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the pickguard because that looks really, kind of Tisco-y.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
it's $3,000, man.
The trem looks dumb to me. It's
Yeah.
probably awesome.
Probably feels
looks dumb.
great,
Probably
yeah.
feels great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, moving right along to the next page here. Paul Reed Smith limited edition SE. Okay, before we go any further, what is the deal with like the budget-friendly guitars being limited edition? You know, they're budget guitars. Why do you have to make them into some? I don't.
How many are they limited to?
Yeah,
As many as they can
yeah,
sell?
yeah. How many are they limited to? That's right.
It's the batch they couldn't sell last
Uh huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Limited edition.
Limited edition SE. Now, the SEs are pretty awesome guitars. They are probably some of the best money you can spend on a student. I think that's what the S in SE stands for. Pretty nice stuff. And it looks like they've got a handful of the PRS SE and the Sterling Music Man and the Gretsch Electromatics. And so that's what we're looking at here. Page whatever. We've got the Paul Reed Smith limited edition student model, which seems kind of weird. And then some other shit down there. But what do you think? What do you think of the F-hole Paul Reed Smith, Chris? With what's got to be a veneer.
Yeah.
It has to be.
It's all right.
Okay.
I'm not really a PRS guy,
Yeah.
so
Well, all right.
yeah, it looks fine. It's got almost literally everything that I don't like in a guitar.
Okay, such
All
as?
in one package.
Well, like what's one of those things?
Well, the crazy top
Yeah.
is a little too much for me. Strat style trim.
Oh, that's the
is,
big one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not a
a
super
big
fan.
turnoff. Dual humbuckers isn't my favorite thing in the world. That's basically it.
Now that's
But-
peculiar to me because you don't like this one because it's got dual humbuckers and a Strat
Yeah.
trim,
Uh-huh.
but this one's okay with dual humbuckers and a Strat trim.
Yeah, I didn't say I was buying one of these.
No.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
didn't. But you were like,
But you're right.
PRS
yeah,
SE,
you're right. Yeah,
meh.
yeah.
But
This is
I
just-
kinda like
well,
this one,
This
so.
is just a little too, even though it's got a Strat trim, it's a little too Gibson-y for me. And I'm not a Gibson guy. This is a little more.
I guess I see that,
My,
yeah.
my kind of speed.
all right, cool. All right,
Yeah,
ready?
I still wouldn't buy one of these. but-
Not for 3K. Yes.
What page are you guys on?
This page,
I know we're like
4 or 5.
yeah,
I don't
4
know.
or 5 in.
Yeah, you guys following along this? It's a leaflet, guys. Come on.
We're turning the page.
Ready?
Now.
Here we go. Continue A.
Turn the page.
ESP Mitchell.
Mitchell.
What the shit is a Mitchell?
Mitchell is Guitar Center Musicians Friends house brand.
That's
or
their
one of
brand?
house brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to blow past this first page. Let's go to the ESP LTD page. Wow, there is some really cheap stuff here, but it looks like the LTD MH350 comes with, I don't know, comes with EMGs.
Comes with purple.
And it's purple, and they say mahogany body with some sort of maple cap, and it's purple, and a Floyd style trim. I say Floyd style, guys. You know the difference, don't you, between Floyd licensed and real, honest to God Floyds? You guys know that? If you guys don't know, let me know, and I will tell you the difference.
Cool.
In fact, I'll just tell you right now. I'll tell you the difference in one word: metallurgy. All right, moving along. ESP. Ibanez. Oh man. Whew.
They've wrapped a guitar.
Did they?
Well, that one on the page,
Oh, that might. Yeah, it sure looks like kind of a
it's a
wrap.
$125 guitar that they just wrapped.
Ibanez. You know, if you like thin necks, I guess Ibanez is the way to go. What do you think about Ibanez, Chris? You had one, didn't you? Not a Joe Satriani
When I was
shred monster, right?
first starting out, Ibanez was the brand to own, at least as far as I was concerned.
Okay, because
All the coolest
Steve
guys
Vai had
played them.
it,
Steve
and-
Vai, Joe Satriani, lots and lots of guys were playing Ibanez, and you could also buy used Ibanezes that were really cool. You know, you could buy Roadstars used that were really good guitars, and you could buy all that lawsuit stuff
Yeah.
that was fun, and I really liked that stuff. So
They were really good quality for a
yeah,
very low price.
Yeah.
You know, one
and I
of-
think they still are, and I think they make really good stuff. Unfortunately,
Yeah, guys.
A lot of
I
their
don't
stuff
mean to
is-
diss on Ibanez because
yeah,
it's
I'm not-
good shit. Yeah.
they kind of get stuck into that 149 price, or the
One
the
of my
cheap bases.
favorite guitar players as a youngster was Greg Ginn from Black Flag, mostly because I really liked the kind of heavy music as a young guy. And when I saw Black Flag, Greg still had his Dan Armstrong, but apparently it got stolen, and so he replaced it with something not unlike this, the RG or the GR or whatever it was, whatever he could get really cheap from Guitar Center. Because I think when he bought that Dan, it was because it was really cheap, and he wrapped it with duct tape, and you could barely tell that it was made out of lucite. There was so much tape on it, but yeah. So Greg Ginn, when you listen to the genius that is Greg Ginn is that when you listen to the record, you're like, what the fuck kind of weird angular shit is that? But he would play that stuff note for note
Live.
at the show, and I'm like, I don't know how, because it just sounds like he's just goofing around. But anyway, okay, continue.
So there's a question
Yeah.
from the crowd. I didn't catch the name on that one. It was
That's okay. The first names
Doc
are fine. Rock,
and Doc.
Doc.
So you wanted to know if there was ever a semi-hollow body 335 style guitar from Texas Toast.
There's Matt's Big Fat One, which is the closest that we have right now. It is a project that we are working on, and we might eventually go down the path a little further and see what we come up with. But as of right now, we don't have anything that is constructed like an acoustic, like a 335.
Yeah.
With bent sides or anything with an arched top. We don't have anything like that right now. But we have experimented with some semi-hollows, and so that's something. Actually, just today I was working on a semi-hollow template for the Challenger, which will look a little like this on the inside. Now, remember, this is a pin router template, so it's upside down and backwards. Now, if Andy is watching, this is not the same as the one that we did for him, because his is an extra 1.5 inches longer to accommodate a Bigsby B7. But this is going to be a cool thing, and I'm looking forward to doing something with this. So anyway, thanks.
So there's a follow-on question.
Follow-up question.
For the licensing of Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
Dittel requested or asked, is
Yeah.
anybody actually doing Drittel?
Drittel,
Excuse me,
yeah.
Is asking, is it really required to have a license to do a Floyd Rose?
Oh, I don't think it is, but generally what you will see is licensed on some things, and I think I know what you're talking about, because like if you go on Guitar Fetish or something like that, or even Stuart McDonald has like a knockoff Floyd, and I don't think it says licensed anymore, because I bet you that those patents have expired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for a long time, the ones that said licensed were the cheap ones.
Oh yeah. So let's be very clear. If your Floyd Rose says Floyd Rose on it and doesn't say licensed, you got the real one.
Yes.
That's the best. That's the easiest way. If it says licensed Floyd Rose, you might have some issues.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't say anything, you probably are going to have some issues eventually. Now,
Yeah.
it's not that they're bad. It's just that you have hardened steel studs wearing against cast or even well now okay. Matt talking, take 2. Even if you have a real live honest to God Floyd, it is possible, although highly unlikely, that you could have had a brass one that was made in the 70s that will be galled and dissimilar metals and a lot of stuff like that working against each other. If you want to have a Floyd, go with the real, genuine article Floyd Rose. Don't get the licensed one, just to be sure, okay? I'm not saying that if you have a licensed one that it sucks. To be sure, spend the money and get the real, honest-to-God Floyd.
Yeah, if you're buying aftermarket stuff,
Yeah.
buy the real deal.
If you don't want to spend the money for the Floyd, but you want you want some or just about all of the operation of a Floyd, buy one of those hip shop ball bearing tuners and hog the fuck out of the back so you can yank it up and down and put locking tuners on it, and you'll get 80% of the way there.
Sure.
Maybe more. I don't know. That's what I would do.
From the early 90s, I can tell you that Hamer went to Schaller and said, patent copy one of those.
Yep.
And they were okay.
Schaller still makes the real ones too.
Right.
So
They're okay.
Yeah.
And that's as close as I would go
Yep.
off-brand. I'm with you, Matt.
Yep.
I swear
Just
by.
get the real honest to God Floyd and you won't be disappointed. Sound good? Yes.
SS asks Matt, how do you make your pin router templates without the pin router?
Ah, which came first, the pin router template or the pin router? So on thank you, Lance. On this one today, I actually started with my Challenger original, which started out life as an MDF copy or material that I just sort of drew and shaped with. I didn't have anything to go off of, so except for a drawing. And it has been refined over several years.
And you spent some time with the, at least on the outside, with a spindle sander.
Yep.
And blocks
Yep.
and sandpaper.
And
because it's thin.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's MDF.
Yep.
It's not that hard to move some
quarter-inch
material.
piece of MDF or a 3/4-inch piece of MDF is very easy to manipulate and remove material.
Yeah.
Once you get the master, then you're ready. Now, this is actually Challenger Mark III Mod 2 or 4, because if you are like me and you're down with the British, hold on, we haven't done that page yet.
That page sucks.
I know it does suck. Rifle numbering sequence. That's kind of what I'm going for. But the Challenger has gone through many iterations. So this one is actually shrunk through the waist, through the booty. This is actually less than 13 inches now. Before it was over 13 inches. And now it's under. You know why it's under 13?
Well, I do.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys. It's so that it would fit through my planer. So anyway, the Challenger has gone through many iterations, and I'm really happy with the way that it is now. But we've talked about that too, guys, where you've got shop lore or tribal lore where, why is it the way that it is? Well, some of it is the tools that you have access to will mandate what your shape looks like, kind of. Does that make sense? Okay. Mm-hmm. So what do we got here? We got continue for $1,000, the Schecter C1 Apocalypse. Whoa! Delivers satisfying tones and ultra sleek satin black finish on the top. What do you suppose the back's made out of? Ash?
It looks like
basswood?
it looks like
Bless you.
alder to me. But
Yeah. Schecter. Remember when Pete Townshend played Schecters and they were super cool?
sure.
Okay, then moving on to the page after that, we have the Schecter. Are you okay?
I don't think I am.
You have
I
a
think I'm gonna
cat
die.
allergy? I hope, well, we're all.
Do we have a cat in here?
No, we don't have a cat.
Yeah, no, you know how I feel about cats.
All right, moving on. Continue. If you guys like Schecter, they're on
Yeah,
page
great.
whatever. Here's some broad planet thing. All right, Dean, Dimebag Dean from Hell, CFH. What is CFH?
Uh,
Crazy fucking.
Cowboys from Hell.
Oh, that makes way more
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
Weenie roller.
God, weenie. Have you guys gotten your weenie roller shirts yet?
We're checking.
Not you. I know. Yeah. All right. Oh
Yeah.
man, we're doing good. We've got
Good.
we're not even halfway through, and
Oh,
but
we're good.
eventually we're gonna get to like smoke
right.
machines and shit.
All right, cool.
What do you think of the Dean guitar?
They're so flippin' huge. This
They're big.
guitar is titanically big.
Bless you, Lance. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I don't. It's not up my alley, but whatever.
You know what I like about Dean is Dean Zielinski started out right around that late, maybe even mid 70s, the same time as the guys at Hamer did it. I have a lot of respect for Dean Zielinski.
Absolutely.
Whether or not I think his guitars are super badass, nothing but respect for Dean guitars. I do like the Dean Cadillac. And if I had a Dean Cadillac, I would want it with this big, goofy headstock, the tuning fork headstock, because that's badass. You know who had one of those? I mean, you don't know who had one, but you know who had one?
No.
Your very favoriteest guy in the whole world, Rick Ocasek.
Oh.
In one of the videos, he had a Dean Cadillac with that
Okay,
great big
sure.
Dean headstock.
Yeah.
All right, continue. New from Jackson, the Dinky Slinky, whatever the fuck it is. So these pickups look kind of cool. So, Grover Jackson is far and away one of the smartest and most talented guys in the world. I would love to work with Grover Jackson on some stuff because again, that's another one of those guys who's an inspiration to me. Unlike Eric Clapton, who's on the opposite page here, but. So yeah, the weird thing about Jackson is, and I guess everybody has to do this. They're the mid and low price guitars, which are on this page here. We've got the $700 and $250 and $150. When I was coming up, there was no such thing as a $100, $200, $700 Jackson. They were all bank because they were made they were all made in California, and they were all badass, and they were a lot of money. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Or they were made in Texas.
Were they made in Texas, Lance?
I thought Charvel.
I don't know.
I thought the Charvel shop was in, and the custom shop was in Texas.
I have no idea. What I can tell you is that there was no such thing as a value line from Jackson. Charvel had the Charvette. Remember those? And that was sort of the value line from them. And I don't know what happened to that, but yeah.
It was just an Asian made.
What happened to Charvel? Does anybody know what happened to Charvel?
Bought by Fender.
Bought by Fender. Okay.
And
Jackson too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they still make they make the San Dimas model, which is what they're known for.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fantastic.
That probably represents one of the greatest values, and not for you, but in super strats that you can get. Probably is the Charvel San Dimas, one pickup, real Floyd, bolt on, hockey stick, headstock, shit like that.
Actually, they do the knockoff Fender headstock because they're all owned by Fender.
Oh yeah, so it's not even a
Right.
knockoff anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about Eric Clapton? You know what Brett says about Eric Clapton? He's a boring old man and he's really lacking. He kind of stretched that rhyme a little bit, but that's what he says in Sloppy Fast.
Okay.
Continuing.
Yeah, not a fan.
Oh, here we go. Here's like the really expensive page. $1,200, $1,150.
No, not 1,200.
Oh, $12K. That's right.
12,000. That's pretty much 13.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll loan you the penny.
The Eric
to round
Clapton
up.
Martin Crossroads Zeracoat. Zeracoat is a kind of wood, in case anyone's wondering. And it's got the Eric Clapton signature. Hold on, let's show. Okay, all right, hold on. There's two things on this page that I want to show you guys. One is that acoustic there that's Martin has the Eric Clapton signature on it, if you like wanking off to Eric Clapton's signature. And the other is, this is a brand new thing that just came out, right? It's a mailer that they sent out, and in it is the Carlos Santana Private Stock Crossroads 2019 guitar. Sold out. How in the fuck are you going to put that in there that's sold out? It's bad enough that you have a guitar on the cover that you can't get because it's this guy's super custom thing. But to have a guitar in here that's already sold out, why even put it in there? Why not put Ernie Ball Music Man for $50,000 in there. I don't know.
I don't know either.
This looks like the Eric Clapton Crossroads Jerk Off Festival
It is.
page.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, so here's the Eric Clapton custom shop Fender, which he probably doesn't play.
Blind Faith Telecaster.
Yeah.
So like he played a telly with Blind Faith.
Okay. Here's the John Mayer Martin Crossroads thing. And here, the only one that I think is cool is the Eric Clapton Gibson Custom 1964 vintage old stock Firebird with one mini humbucker. Is that a full size?
69 they made a mini humbucker. Yeah.
69 dudes. That's a cool guitar. I think that's neat because I like single pickup guitars.
My nose is running. I have to
You all right?
go. I have to
All
go
right.
sneeze.
All right, continue. We're moving right along from the Crossroads
That was
section.
the most boring page on the whole chapter.
Boring. All right, here we go. The new Paul Reed Smith John Mayer Silver Sky. All right. This is something that we should probably have talked about a lot, but we haven't. It's a Fender Strat with a Paul Reed Smith headstock. But someone sent me an email about the John Mayer Paul Reed Smith, whatever, silver, whatever. Apparently, there was nobody that he wanted to work with at Fender. If you guys know, please let me know because I don't know. That's a lot of no's in one thing.
No.
So yeah, I would bet you it plays like a really great Strat, and I don't know. It's $2,300. Okay. Let's see. Here's the Chris Cornell Tribute ES335, which appears to have Filtertrons in it. Didn't the guy from Rival Sons have or does he have a Gretsch that he did? Anyway, all right. Moving right along. Looks like it's got Grovers and a Bigsby, yada yada yada. Fender limited edition American Performer Raw Ash. Okay, so when they say raw ash, they mean there's no finish. For $12.49.
Satin finish.
Satin finish.
We
which
know what that means.
As we all know, means sealer
Sealer.
only. Yeah. All right, continue. Are you guys having fun with this? I know I am. All right, so on this next page, we've got some cheap Ibanez's, but some cool Marshall stuff. What do you think about Marshall, Chris?
Uh-huh.
I love Marshall amps. So I like the Studio Vintage and Studio Classic heads and cabs. They look kind of cool because they look taller than they do. They're not square, they're rectangle.
I think
That's
they're
cool.
small. I think they're
I
smaller
think they're
than you
probably
think they
10s,
are.
right?
Yeah.
20-watt heads
Mm-hmm.
and maybe two 12 combos that are stacked
Yeah, so they're
vertically instead of.
probably-
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
cool.
Continue, A.
Sure.
Cases,
Yeah.
pedals, acoustics, Jack Johnson, more acoustics, some guy, something. There we go. Fender limited edition tweed. Yes. We have a question.
Yeah, so, well, it's actually a comment based
Comment.
on your request for information
Oh,
about John.
Okay, the
Mayer.
John Mayer Silver Sky Strat thing.
Driddle says that I think the relationship with Mayer Fender soured because they wanted him to play Fender exclusively on stage.
Okay.
But he loves those fumble, etc.
Okay.
So, hand custom made amplifiers is really what it boiled down to.
I bet you that Fender probably pays John Mayer money, gives him guitars, and they kind of expect something in return, and that's probably what it is. So.
Correction.
Correction.
It says Dumbles.
Oh, Dumbles. John Mayer has a Dumble. Okay.
I didn't know that.
How many people have a Dumble? I mean, how many Dumble amps were there? I don't know. Chris, do you know?
No.
Do you have a Dumble?
No.
Did you ever have one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, moving
But
right
I
along.
cry every time I watch the movie Dumbo.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
That's
least when I was a little
tearjerker.
kid. I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's a tearjerker. All right, so here we're into the amp section. We are good and solidly into the amp section. What do you think of the Princeton Reverb Tweed? That looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I
great.
like Princeton's.
Uh-huh. So this has caught my eye because it's got
What is it? Deluxe with red.
68 custom deluxe reverb, and it looks like a stock custom deluxe reverb, except it's got red writing instead of blue writing.
Malibu Stacy has a new hat,
Uh-huh.
and it's red.
I have to get it.
I have to get it.
And it comes with a Corvette.
A Corvette. My Corvette's
Uh-huh.
right outside.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how much the regular ones are, but I'll bet this is $150 for red lettering.
For red lettering, yeah, probably.
That's cool. It looks like Fender did this same exact thing with the Vibro Champ and then the Bronco amp, which was the same thing as a Vibro Champ,
Okay.
only it said Bronco in red.
Thank you, Fender.
22 watts,
Yeah.
4 12AX7s, and red lettering.
Yep, and this is too much amp for most people now. This is where everybody lives, Princeton.
Oh, the Princeton, yeah.
Deluxe reverb, yeah.
I remember
Well,
when Deluxe would not cut the mustard.
Yeah. And Princeton, nobody wanted those because it was too small, and now
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
Deluxe is sometimes too much amp.
I want to say that the original Mesa Boogies were worked over Princetons,
Yes.
and they
Okay.
would kill a full stack if
the-
given half the chance.
The original Mark Ones were a copy of. There were two forms of them, and they were a copy of either the Princeton in small form, where they had an 8-inch speaker.
Okay.
They were 50 watts, and they were a copy of the Fender Bassman.
No, okay. Yeah, I don't.
Sure. Yeah.
I like Boogie.
I do too.
Here's Boss Katana Mark II amplifiers. I don't know anything about that. You know anything about it?
Apparently, this is the new hot deal.
Oh, we have another question / comment.
Sorry.
No.
SS says, should we not buy the brain surgery licensed bridges?
Okay, if you find anyone but me selling a brain surgery bridge, you should probably buy it because maybe it's cool. Maybe it's that guy who originally made them, and maybe I don't know, but the brain surgery bridge is totally it's a whole different kettle of fish than a Floyd. The only thing that the brain surgery bridge has going for it is mass and a lot of it, and the cool string angle-y thing.
And it's chrome. It's shiny.
Oh, sometimes they're 303
Wow.
stainless.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're titanium. Every so often, there's one copper one floating around out there.
And they had to hide the ball ends.
That's right. The old hide the ball end string. So if you find someone making those bridges, yes, buy them, and I will put them on a guitar that I will build for you. And then that way, I don't have to burn up my stock of them. How about that?
Sure.
Mark bass. I would love to try a Mark bass amp because I get tired. I play out maybe once every 2 months. And I move the SVT, and I'm like, every time I'm like, I threw my back out like making coffee or something this week, or what? I don't even know what I did, but I'm like, oh no, I pinched a nerve, taking a dump or something. I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't taking a dump, but, but yeah, the older I get, the more I like the idea of a lightweight bass amp, but I don't know.
This stuff just always looks so much like scuba gear to me.
It does, yeah.
That it's it's like really weird.
What is
Yeah.
the little Mark vintage 500 watt? How can it be vintage? That's stupid. All right, I'll try it out, but that's a dumb name. Here we got some Line 6 stuff. Here we got some pedal stuff. Here we got some pedal stuff. I think we're pretty much done with the.
Let's get to the bargain section.
I got a comment about the Line 6 stuff. They've really streamlined that. Other than
That's it?
I
That's
don't
it.
want to. I don't want to use
Not
it.
you.
If you look at that, they've really streamlined what it was.
Yeah.
That what they've done. They've made it very plain, and very streamlined. It looks really clean on stage, right? Where
Yeah, I don't know anything about Line 6. Although the guy who we had a guy come in, Rich from Chicago came in. I guess he's got a boatload of like kind of the upper end stuff, not like the Spider. Top of the line.
Top of the line.
And he says
Pro
he can
gear.
do all kinds of cool shit. So I don't know. I've never played it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the form of it. It seems to be more form, and if the function behind it works very well, the form sure looks
I
good.
want to say that Dave Mustaine plays Line 6 stuff, or did. I don't know.
Well, and for a long time, their amp farm thing was the hidden gem behind most of the stuff that was happening between '99 and 2015.
I would say, like, yeah, if
2012.
you're playing the kinds of places that Megadeth is playing, is anyone going to know if you're playing through vintage Marshall or Fender, or if you've got like a computer that I don't fucking know. So anyway, so Chris, what do you think of the Guitar-athon?
Weenie roller.
Weenie roll. Who wants the weenie roll?
Bob Quigley.
Bob Quigley still thinks I like inlay. I just don't like doing it. It's not true, Bob. It's really not. I'm
You like
happy
doing it, but you don't like it.
I'm happy to do inlay for anyone, although I will try to talk you out of it. So I guess I'm not happy to do it, but I'll do it. I think no inlay looks clean. So that's just me.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Guitar-athon, Chris?
I think it's
It's good. I can't get over the guitar on the front cover.
Yeah.
You can't buy.
Yeah, that's really funny.
And the most expensive one you can't buy.
The Carlos Santana that you can't buy.
Yeah, and that's the saddest section in the whole thing. They have apparently 48-month financing
Okay.
for all this stuff, and they have it all broken down, what it's going to cost you per month.
Hey.
And man, that's 4 years that it's going to take you to pay off your $1,000 guitar. At the end of 4 years,
How much is
I don't want to own that guitar.
$129 Ibanez for
Yeah,
4 years?
I don't know that they had that. Let me look.
4-year
Yeah,
financing.
Yeah, let me find the cheapest financing they have, or the cheapest price. So $249 they don't
There's the
have.
$150.
Yeah, but they don't have the financing.
$6 a month for the
Yeah,
rest of
yeah,
your life, and you
yeah.
can own this Ibanez.
Your
thing.
$12,000 Carlos Santana is $250 for 48 months.
Tiki Trash has
Tiki Trash.
has a comment about, I think, the podcast in general. And that
Okay.
is, he considers you to the Jay and Silent Bob of guitar making.
I'm Silent Bob. I don't know how that
Do the Dutch rudder. Let's do it.
Dutch rudder.
feels good. Yeah.
Feels good. It's not gay.
Somebody called us out for being a couple of homos.
Don't say that.
What? They did. I'm just
I know they
saying.
did say that, and I don't know why.
People come on
That's
to
a
these
direct
things
quote.
and they want to be tacky and they think they're cute.
Yeah,
Fine. I don't. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We both found that amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us for our Sunday podcast. And I thought this was a fun topic.
I had
This
fun
is
looking through it.
such a dopey thing that I get
It's
from Guitar
so-
Center. Yeah. Like what a Guitar Center is so weird. Guys, if you like Guitar Center, as I've said so many times, Guitar Center has always treated me well. But whatever you do, in your hometown, seek out the little guys, okay? How about that? Whether it's Chris and myself or the guys at Flipside, the Great American Guitar Store, seek out the guys who are doing this stuff because they have to, not because or because they want to, not because they
have to.
Oh no,
I
have to. There's
because they've been in prison.
what else do you know how to do? I don't know how to do anything else, you know. So yeah, I have to do this.
I can mow lawns.
But it's fixing to be wintertime. Oh man,
Shoveling snow.
shoveling snow.
Snow hurts my back.
Yeah. The older you get, the less you want to shovel.
Yeah,
So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us for this week's podcast. I had a good time. Did you have a good time, Chris?
I did. It was fun.
Lance, Grace, did you guys have fun?
Of course.
Sitting in for Mrs. Toast? I still don't have
course.
any idea where she is. Thank you
And
for doing.
everyone's thinking you guys as well.
Well,
We have Carl.
As they
we have
should.
as they
Brad,
no, they shouldn't. This is,
Batman,
come on.
Bob Bitchin.
We're
Rich.
we're regular people doing regular stuff. So anyway, thanks for joining us for the podcast, guys. We've got so much great stuff coming up this week. Regular videos and live videos coming at you, starting as early as tomorrow, probably night. I had to burp there. And let's see, if you like this kind of thing, hit the subscribe button. Go over to Patreon and consider becoming a member. Smash the like thing, subscribe stuff on Insta, Google, TwitFace. And until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. And if you don't want to, you can have us build it for you because life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar.
We'll build it for you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. All right, Chris is going to get the extreme close-up.
No, I can't do it. Hey, now I can't see.